Hey guys, so it's been a while since I've done a pickups video, so I figured why not do one more before the end of the year. So I was recently a guest at Gifts for Gamers, which is an awesome charity event put on by Too Many Games, and I found some good things there. I've also, been finding stuff on eBay and through friends, so I've got a lot to show you guys. Alright, so let's kick things off with the Sega Pico. Now this came out in 1984 and I think it was actually made until 1998, and it's crazy because I didn't know anybody growing up with one of these. It kind of reminds me of those VTech laptops. Like I had one, I knew like two kids that also had one, so those were definitely more popular. But this is an official Sega product, and obviously, it kind of looks like a toy because it was made for young kids. Let me try to open it up. This is what the inside looks like. Wow, this is really awkward to hold up like this. But as you can see, it's like the primary colors, and it's just, this looks very kid-centric. And then it comes with a little stylus. And what you do is, the cartridges are these little book type thingies you put in here. Let me set it down so I can take it out for you guys. Obviously, I literally just got this, so I haven't really had a chance to do anything with it. But so I got Richard Scarry's Huckle and Lowly's Busiest Day Ever. And basically you just turn the pages, but there is a cartridge port, so it's kind of like interactive reading. I'm interested in it just because I like weird stuff like this. So I got Richard Scarry. I remember watching the TV show on Nick Jr. when I was little, and I remember the books too. And I got Mickey's Blast into the Past. So keep in mind these games are geared towards young kids, so that's why it's stuff like Winnie the Pooh, A Year at Pooh Corner. And lastly, Pocahontas, Riverbend Adventures. I think there's a Sailor Moon one that was released in Japan, so I would like to get my hands on that, and I totally want to see what other Pico games were made just because, I don't know, it's just crazy that this existed. I mean, it's not really crazy considering, how popular things like this were at the time, but again, I didn't know any kids that owned this, and the fact that it's actually a Sega product, it's kind of interesting. So I was glad to finally pick one of these up. And another thing I've been collecting all of a sudden, well, literally just starting to collect, were these Tiger handhelds. As a kid, I had the Little Mermaid one and the Beauty and the Beast one. But since then, I've never bought any. Like, I keep thinking about, doing a video on Tiger handhelds in the future, and I just haven't gotten around to it because usually on eBay, I feel like some of them go for more than I'm willing to spend on these. So I bought these because they were very cheap, and they were actually ones I was interested in owning. So I got Simon's Quest, and I got Gauntlet. Now, I noticed these are like tiny and white, like they're just smaller than the ones I had growing up. Let me go get those, I want to compare them. And so here's the ones that I've always had. Now compare it to this. See, it is bigger, I'm not crazy. I'm guessing these were bigger because they were geared towards little kids, and then these are maybe for the slightly older kids, I don't know. But I don't know, these are the smallest ones I've came in contact with because usually it is the Disney ones I see. So, I don't know, just an observation, but I'm really glad this is like a good addition because Gauntlet and Castlevania, you can't go wrong. So I feel so far everything I'm showing in this video is kind of a toy, I guess. Like it's all stuff aimed towards kids, but it's still stuff I'm interested in. And kind of keeping up with that theme, I got this little pinball guy right here. Doesn't have batteries, so I need to get batteries for it, so I haven't turned it on yet. But it's the Pokemon Thundershock Challenge game. It has the little thing right here. I don't know, I think the batteries just make it light up. I don't know, I wonder what it's gonna sound like. It was cheap, I like it. So, I've always been interested in really shitty video game accessories. Like during the Wii era, I was in heaven because it was so funny going to like a GameStop or an FYE or something and you just see the shitty like Wii tennis rackets and bowling balls and all kinds of crap. But, this has been going on forever. So when I saw this, I had to buy it because this is one thing I'm collecting. It's the Nintendo Double Player Wireless Head-to-Head System. Get the power to move. These are just wireless NES controllers, but back in the day, everything was very power and awesome and really cool. And they can't just call it controllers, they have to call it the Wireless Head-to-Head System. because like, look, they're even shooting lasers out of the controller because of all the power. You get twin turbo rapid fire, slow motion feature. I don't know why you'd want to use the slow motion feature on this, because I'm sure that would just make the game unplayable, but I have yet to try it. And accurate up to 30 feet away. So it comes with this little receiver right here. And look how intense these dudes are. They're like, yeah, we're gonna go head to head wirelessly. This was put out by Acclaim. Everyone shits on LJN, but I mean, Acclaim has put out some pretty crappy products in their time. So this styrofoam is like kind of gross, and I think it's been through some things. So this is the controller. It's really big. This is kind of interesting. So I'm guessing one set is for rapid fire, one set is for regular. I don't know. Ooh, listen to that styrofoam. Ugh. All right, and then it comes with, you know, the wireless receiver. Oh, this plugs, okay, so I'm guessing this plugs in to the NES and the controller ports. And then this is the receiver, and then you just point your awesome controllers at it. We'll see if it works. I kind of hope it works because I would love to do a video on stuff like this. So we will see. I hate putting stuff back into like styrofoam sections. I hate it. See, it's like now I gotta try to fit all these wires back in there. This could be worse, but I still don't like it. And I hate the sound. What's next? So as I'm sure you know by now, I do have a soft spot for the Intellivision and Sears Telegames products. So I think it's really funny that not until now have I owned a Sears Intellivision, but I have the Sears Telegames Intellivision. Finally! So this can sit next to my original Intellivision. I like that it says Super Video Arcade, and it has that awesome wood paneling, like off-white gold color scheme going on that I totally love. It's super dated in the best way ever. And oh, somebody left their Space Armada overlay in this. It looks pretty similar to the original Intellivision. I'm really excited to try it. Again, I'm not sure if this works. I think it does work. And look at that. I'm gonna try to get a close-up of that. But yeah, I just love how it says Telegames right there in gold. Super Video Arcade. I just love how this looks. It's a freaking sexy system, you guys. It's sexy as hell. And I actually got something new, which I know is shocking, but I got this awesome Princess Peach Pro controller. So I'm pretty much just using my Switch to play some of the Neo Geo arcade games and of course, Let's Go Eevee. But I don't really play it that much, to be honest, but I saw this controller and I love Princess Peach. And I just thought it was really cute because it's like shiny pink and there's her little crown on it, and I had to get it because I know I would regret it if I didn't. So when that new Yoshi game comes out, I'll probably be using this to play it. I was really excited to use this for Let's Go Eevee, but then I realized you can only use the Joy-Con controllers, so I have yet to take this out of the box. And speaking of Pokemon, Sudoku! I really try not to buy a lot of plushes because not only are they hard to display, you know, they just take up space and they're usually kind of pricey, but he was really cheap and I've been wanting a Sudoku for a while. And he's small, so it works. Look at his little hands. This makes me happy. You gotta treat yourself every once in a while, you know? Another thing I've been kind of collecting are the Japanese versions of some of my favorite games. So Yoshis Island on Super Nintendo, it's probably still my favorite game of all time, so I think it's really weird that it took me this long to own the Super Famicom version. I do think this is a rare case where I like the US cover art better, but I still think this is cool. You know, it really showcases like the crayon kind of art style of the game. And another thing I've noticed is that a lot of Super Famicom and Famicom games that I've been wanting are pretty cheap. So I don't feel that guilty about buying it, you know? It's not like a really big expense. So I think it's kind of a cool thing to collect right now. So this was a birthday present. I want every single McDonald's video game that's out there. So now I'm only missing one. It's a Japanese one on Game Boy Advance or Game Boy Color, I believe. Anyway, this was a Sega Game Gear game where it kind of looks like it's McDonald Treasureland, but maybe it's better, I don't know. But you got like the Fry Kids on the back. It just looks like a fun platformer. I don't know what it's called, I forget because I can't read Japanese. But Sega Game Gear McDonald's game. What could go wrong? So I've also been wanting to decorate my game room. You know, I've been like switching up some of the posters here. Like, I don't know if you can see it, but Mayor McCheese is a new addition. You know, stuff like that. And I found some cool stuff at Gifts for Gamers. So I stream a lot of Castlevania. So I think it's kind of weird that I don't have any Castlevania, you know, posters around to represent my love for Castlevania. So I saw this, I was super excited. It's Dracula's Curse. It's just, you know, a picture of the box art. It's on a canvas. I don't know, I think it's just really cool. I like it. Maybe I can put it back here where Contra is or something, but I had to get it. And then I also got this. Yoshi's New Island for the DS. It's just like a frame print of the cover. I love all the Yoshi's Island games. I even like the ones on DS. So I thought this was a cool addition. I don't think I'm gonna put it behind me, but it'll go somewhere in here. I don't know if I already said lastly, but I actually have one more thing. So I finally got a giant Bulbasaur. I named him Bulby, and he's really squishy and cozy, and I've been wanting a giant Bulbasaur for a very, very, very long time. And I finally got one for my birthday, and he is so cozy, and I love him so much. And I'll stop gushing about it. So I recently got a Sega Dreamcast light gun. I never had one before. This is the Mad Catz one, and I heard this is the only one that'll work on US released games. But I saw this at the convention, which is the actual Starfire one. You can see it's like double-barreled compared to the Mad Catz one. And this one's supposed to be a great light gun, but I'm not sure if it'll work on all the games, so I'll have to research that more. But now I have both, so I should be good to go for when I want to play House of the Dead on Dreamcast. So this I got specifically for Christmas. Doesn't work, it's totally beat up. It's the Pac-Man Christmas album, so it was very cheap. So I kind of just want to put it behind me for when I do an upcoming winter holiday themed video. I can have some Christmas cheer behind me. Even more than I already have. So it can't be a Erin Plays pickup video without any Vectrex stuff. So, Polar Rescue! This one took me a while to get because it is one of the more rare Vectrex games. Basically, you're a submarine and you're trying to save survivors and you're trying to shoot other submarines. I played it for a little bit, I just got it, and it took me a really long time to get the hang of. Probably because I didn't read the instructions, but it's cool. I really like how it looks with the overlay. It just really makes the game pop, and it has a pause feature. It can be 1 or 2 players, so I'm gonna delve deeper into this, no pun intended, and play some Polar Rescue. Alright, so that's everything I've recently picked up in the last few months. If you guys want more of these videos more often, please let me know, and let me know what you guys have picked up recently. Thanks for watching.